Yeah.
Uh,
And so, what do you think about City's title challenges? It was quite an exciting game actually. So Arsenal scored twice, then James Justin scored twice, and
Hmm.
they scored the winner in 90, I think 94th minute.
fourth.
It
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
Another
94.
corner.
94. Yeah, it was a
Another
corner,
corner,
but
yeah. मेरे वो तेरा ही याद है जब ये वो मारा वो तेरा ही याद
Another corner.
set piece.
yeah, yeah.
अरे
I mean,
यार
of
मेरे
course,
को
it
ऐसा
was an
लग रहा
own
है
goal, but they
आर्सेनल सीजन.
constantly, yeah, it could be.
But it's fine margin, right? Think about it. Arsenal का ये season there have been a couple of games जो fine margin से जीता है वो. It could very easily have gone the other way. अपन बोलता है अरे 75% possession, 37 shots. Yeah, but you need to put it in the back of the net. आज मार पाया वो लोग, कल मार पाया. But I mean, it's not clinical, right? The performance is not clinical. The result is great. Performance, I don't think it was clinical. I mean,
I think this is all wishful thinking that that we all don't want Arsenal to actually win, but I have a bad feeling this year that it's going to be. Uh, I mean, I don't want it to happen, but this is especially with Rodri missing the entire season, right?
hmm,
Yeah.
This is Arsenal one of their best chance that they're going to get.
yeah.
See, but Rohit, on that point, when you say that Arsenal were not clinical, I think City and Pep have raised that bar too damn high.
Yeah.
Because back in the day, I mean, there were times when United were not well, not playing. So we used to always say that United always turn up after Christmas.
Hmm.
That's true.
In earlier in the season, in last say first 10 games, there were
Yeah.
lots of draws, a couple of defeats, unlikely
United
defeats,
would
that kind of
always
stuff.
finish strong, always,
Yeah,
every year.
always finish strong.
Yeah.
So if Rodri gets injured and City say start dropping points, of course
Hmm.
Newcastle is not an easy team to play against. They might play some the next team out of the park. Okay,
Yeah.
but at the same time, if that starts happening, I think Arsenal has a very good chance in that case.
Yeah. Of course.
Because in that case it will be a season from the 90s or 2000s.
Hmm. Yeah, I think they do have a chance. I'm not even remotely suggesting they're not in it, but what I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm just not convinced with that Martinelli, Saka. I don't know. Saka last season I thought he was good without being great.
Yeah,
Martinelli this season I think he's just there. I think he's decent without being,
Hmm.
being,
yeah.
being anything really. You look at the goals as Abhishek mentioned, right? They're getting a lot of goals from set pieces.
Hmm.
You have Trossard who's popping in. They're scoring a lot of
Yeah.
scrappy goals as well. They're not. It's not like they're carving teams open. They're
Yeah.
creating chances, yes, but they aren't carving teams open. Yes, that's one way to win a title. I get that. You can still,
Yeah.
get those 1-0 to the Arsenal and all. Maybe that's back. I don't know. But they they haven't sliced teams open, right? Like what maybe Liverpool did when they won the title, or what
Yeah.
City have been doing, where they're going to go into each and every game relentlessly and play that sort of. Arsenal this season so far, sure they've got good results, but if you saw this game, even there were moments even in that Spurs game, they didn't batter Spurs. They
Hmm.
didn't
Yeah.
play Spurs off the park. They didn't play Leicester off the park at home. We forget that
Yeah.
they played at home. So I don't know.
I mean, it's true, but then to be honest, right? They're still getting points.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That is I mean, even if they haven't got into their usual rhythm that we saw they were in last year, right?
Hmm.
They're still getting they haven't dropped points, and they're not dropping just nearly as much as they should be, especially when they're not playing to their 100%. And of course, I think Odegaard is their best player,
Hmm.
and he with him being out again, if they get all these crappy results and keep putting points on the board, right? By the time he comes back and they are in a good rhythm again, like they're going to be there in the title challenge, no doubt about it, no doubt about it. And I think that this is why I said about Liverpool team in the past also is that these are the sort of games we used to always lose, and I'm not saying that Liverpool was always in a title race, but no, but even when one time when we were in the title race in 0809, right? I'll tell you, we dropped a lot of points at Anfield to small teams, and not just at Anfield but also away. and and you've seen a lot of teams do that. And now I think what Arsenal is doing is that, okay, they're scrappy, they're not that fluid, they're not as good as they used to be, but they're still putting up points.
Hmm.
And I think that is the most important thing at the moment.
And even during when Liverpool won the title under Klopp. So, do you think they were as complete, had that gung ho approach that they had earlier? Because I recall watching a few Liverpool games from that season, and they were quite controlled. Of course, they scored a lot of goals. You had Salah, Firmino, and Mane,
Mm.
that great trio. But at the same time, I don't think they were as gung-ho as they were in, say, 17-18, when they completely played City off the park, especially in the Champions League.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No, I don't think so. And we got better at game management. That's one thing.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
100%. We
Yeah,
got better at game management as Klopp's time, one, season into season, we used to get better at that. And I think that's what we did.
yeah,
The season before when we lost the league, I still cannot believe how we lost the league with 97 points, and we lost one game that year, and that was City, and City won the league. That's
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And but yeah, before that, especially Salah's first season, right? We were
17-18, yeah.
relentless. And but that's the thing, right? If I Was it Salah's first season, or
17-18, right, was Salah's first season.
yeah, but was that also Van Dijk's first season? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because if you see, there is a clear distinction before Van Dijk and after Van Dijk.
After
You
Van
know,
Dijk, yeah.
and before Van Dijk, we were the same team we used to be under, the 13-14 team under Brendan Rodgers. That you can come here, you can score four, but we will score five.
Hmm.
Especially when Salah, Firmino, Mane, and Coutinho, those 6 months with those four, right? I've never seen a Liverpool attack as good as those four
Yeah.
played in those 6 months. But I forgot what we were talking about initially, but I started talking about Liverpool as always. But
Arsenal पे था अपन, Arsenal पे था.
No, basically that in-game management, or
yeah,
winning despite not playing that well or not being that attacking.
yeah, yeah. We got really good at that, and eventually in the last 2 or 3 seasons of Liverpool, even the game at United at Old Trafford after final, we stopped playing. We didn't
Yeah,
we didn't really attack much. We
yeah,
just
yeah.
stopped.
Actually, I mean,
No,
it was such a nightmare watching for 5-0, and in the second half, Liverpool were chill. I was so happy that
Yeah,
could have been 10-0. Okay,
yeah.
so but yeah, yeah, that could have been 10-0. It was a horrible game, but yeah, Liverpool got better with that in-game management. I think maybe Arsenal will get there. The
can no
only
one get there this season? Can we just stop football? Can no one get there?
Yeah.
And
Null and
maybe
void again.
null and what ban season ban. Hey,
Ban.
but you know what? Speaking of attack, I just wanted to speak about the defense. Urian Timber is a good player.
He's an
A
excellent player.
good player.
He's a fantastic player.
Because
So
I'll tell you what, if you remember the first goal from the United game, I think when Brennan Johnson made that run,
hmm,
Dallo started tracking him and for
yeah,
some inexplicable reason stopped in the
yeah,
middle.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Brennan continued his run, tapped the ball, and that idiot is standing there and putting his hand up and saying, sorry, क्या करे भाई तेरे sorry का? Cut to Urian Timber, who is breaking all those lines. He's making those lung bursting runs forward. If he's losing the ball, he's coming back. And I remember, I think he slid into a last ditch tackle. I think NDD or somebody was trying to play it in or something. And this guy is just puffing, huffing, and puffing, going up, coming back down, going up, coming back down. That's the sort of commitment you want, right?
Yeah.
So that guy is it's what his third or fourth game or whatever, fourth or fifth game. I
Yeah.
don't know if he started all the games so far. He's playing as if he's been playing for Arsenal for 10 years.
He was injured last season, right? Full
Yeah,
season, he missed
Yeah.
out.
yeah.
So maybe had he played last season, Arteta would have gotten probably a point or so, a point more or something like that.
Maybe.
Because yes, so I think against Aston Villa he played in the midfield. Either he played in the midfield or he was
Dropping
just
into midfield, yeah.
yeah, dropping into midfield a lot, and he was doing a fantastic job. And even yesterday, I thought he played on the right, right? So him and Saka, they formed a very good. They were linking up really well. So yeah, I mean that's a very good point. Timber is excellent. He could be Arsenal's one of Arsenal's player of the season for sure.
And you know what? Again, Abhishek was talking about things changed when Van Dijk came in. Things have changed for Arsenal again when they've got now this solid back four, because your midfielders just have that kind of liberty to
Mhm.
not worry about leaving a little extra gap in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even now, right, your Partes and your Rice of the world can make those extra runs up front because they know ये पीछे संभाल लेगा. Like what they used, like what Scholes was a dinosaur at the end. Carrick wasn't super mobile, but they still used to push her up front because they
yeah,
knew Rio or Vidic पीछे संभाल लेगा. Then we're not worried about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So yeah. United don't have that. But
Do we want to
Let's
go
not
back
get,
to talking about United?
no,
What
let's
United
let's
don't
not
have?
nope,
get into that.
nope,
What
Let's not
nope.
get
United
into
don't have is Gareth Southgate. What
Yeah.
United?
What United would need is Gareth Southgate.
No, but on those similar lines, I think signing Saliba might have changed Arsenal's approach. I think I think he's one of league's best defender. Yeah. Oh, okay. Who would you rather have, Van Dijk in your team or Saliba?
Van Dijk,
I would have Van Dijk. I would have.
of
Okay.
course.